Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to discuss molecular characteristic of the contractile filaments. These filaments are myosin filaments and actin filaments. These are the myosin and these are the actin. We will discuss them in detail. So, myosin filament. The myosin filament is composed of multiple myosin molecules. This is the myosin filament and it is composed of multiple myosin molecules and its molecular weight is about 500,000. Interact to actin filament. They interact with the actin filaments. These are the actin filament and these are the myosin filament. Its molecular weight is 480,000 or about 500,000. The myosin molecule is composed of 6 polypeptide chain. This molecule has 6 polypeptide chain. 2 heavy chain which have the molecular weight of 2 legs and 4 light chain with molecular weight of 20,000. The 2 heavy chain walk spirally around each other to form a double helix, which is called the tail of myosin molecule. These are 2 heavy chains and they are walked around spirally. You can see that it is in a spiral. This is a spiral structure. They are walked around with each other spirally, and this is called the tail of myosin molecule. From here to here, this is called the tail of myosin molecule. They both the heavy chain walk around spirally and make the tail. One end of each of these chains is folded bilaterally into a globular polypeptide structure called a myosin head. At the end, they extend on both sides of the chain and they then walk around and make a globular structure which is called head of the myosin. This is the tail of myosin and now this is the head of myosin. So here you can see this is head and this is the tail. Thus there are 2 pre-heads at one end of the double-helix myosin molecule. So we have 2 heads on the pre-side because one side of this myosin is attached to the Z-line by stringy molecules. The 4 light chains are also part of the myosin head, to which head these light chains help control the function of the head during muscle contraction. This is the head of myosin and this folding is extension of the heavy chain. With these heavy chain, 4 light chains are also attached in the head, 2 on one side and 2 on the other side. The one side is actually for attachment with the actin and the other chain is actually for the attachment of ATP. This is the magnifying picture. You can see the chain, the head and the binding site for ATP and or actin. These are the sides on the head of the myosins. The tail of the myosin molecule bundled together to form the body of the filament. Each head of myosin has the tail, and these tail join together and make the body of myosin filament. Head of the molecule hinge outward to the side of the body. This is the head, and it hinge outward. Here it has a hinge. I will explain it how this hinge is formed. So here it has a hinge, and by this hinge it hinge outward to the side of the body. The protruding arm and head together are called cross bridges. This is the protruding head, and it is its arm, and these two structures are called the cross bridges. Each cross bridge is flexible at 2 points called hinges. This head has 2 hinges at which it becomes flex or extend. One where the arm leaves the body of the myosin filament. This is the arm, and here at this point this arm leaving the body of myosin, so one hinge is fit here and the other hinge is fit between the head and the arm. So one head is between the body of the myosin and the arm, and the second hinge is located between the head and the myosin arm. The hinge allow the head either to be extended far outward. When moment at this hinge occurs, it causes bring the head of myosin away from the body. Or to brought close to the body. So the moment either close the head to the body or bring it away or outward from the body. The hinge head participates in the actual contraction process. This head will attach with the actin, it causes contraction of the muscle. It play a major, the head plays the role in contraction. So what is the hinge? This is suppose this is the body of the myosin. Here the arm leaving the myosin, so one hinge is located at this area between the body and the arm, and the second hinge is located between the arm and the head. So it can move in these two bend or extend or flexion or extension occur at these 2 points. So this is the good example. The elbow and wrist joint is the good example of this myosin arm and head. Here when it flex, the elbow joint flex, it brings the arm away from the ground. Suppose the ground is the myosin body, so it brings it away from. And when it relaxes, so it brings the arm near to the body, or this arm, the head near to the body. And when at the second hand, at the rest, when it flexes, it attaches the actin filament and cause contraction of the muscle or the skeletal muscle. The total length of each myosin filament is uniform. This length is uniform. All the myosin filament has the same length, and which is approximately 1.6 micrometer. From here to here, this length is 1.6 micrometer. There are no cross bridge heads for a distance of 0.2 meter. You can see that these are the cross bridges originate from the body. So there is a distance between the two cross bridges, and this distance is around about 0.2 micrometer. Because the hands arm extend away from the center, so this distance allow the arm movements, and they don't actually touch each other. Each successive pair of cross bridges axially displaced from the previous pair by 120 degree. If this is a pair, so there is a 120, the origin from of this arm and head from the myosin body is at 120 degree. Suppose this myosin head and arm originate at this point, so the other will originate at 120 degree, then again at 120 degree, and so on. So this origination is all around the myosin body, and in this way the myosin filament expand in all directions around the filament. You can see that they are extended on all directions from the myosin body. Now the actin filament is composed of three portions or three protein components: F-actin, tropomyosin, and troponin. The backbone of the actin filament is double stranded F-actin protein molecule. This is the F-actin protein molecule, and this is a double stranded. It is called F-actin or filament actin. So this is when all these molecules join together, they make two strands and they walk around each other in the same way as in the myosin filament, and one molecule or one protein of this chain is called G-actin because or globular actin there, because these proteins are globular in shape. The two strands are walk spirally around each other to form a double helix in the same manner as the myosin molecule. The myosin molecule also walk around in spirally, and here the actin molecule also walk around spirally. Now you can see that in this picture you can see this is actually the actin molecule and actin filament, and these globular portion is the main body or the main structure or the main filament of the actin. They are globular protein, that's why they are called G-actin or globular actin. Another structure in this actin filament is tropomyosin. This yellow band is called tropomyosin, and on this globular actin protein we have a site which is called active site, and it is active because it contains ADP molecule. In this portion of the G-actin we have a active site, and this active site contains ADP, and these active sites are apart from each other by 2.7 nanometer. They are apart or at a distance, they are located at a distance of about 2.7 nanometers. When the muscle is in resting position, these active sites are covered by the tropomyosin strip. Then you can see that these are the active sites and they are covered by the tropomyosin strip. There is another protein which is called troponin, and the troponin contains three molecules. One is troponin I, which has binding affinity for G-actin molecule. The other portion is troponin T. This is the troponin T, and you can see this is tropomyosin. This portion has affinity to attach with the tropomyosin. And the third component is troponin C. This troponin C component has affinity to attach calcium. You can see that. It has three portions, one attached to the actin G molecules, the G-actin molecule, the other to the tropomyosin strip, and the third portion is the troponin C, to which calcium is attached. In non-active state, when the muscle is in resting state, these sites are covered by the tropomyosin. But when action potential arises, or when the calcium is attached to its receptor site of troponin C, so these tropomyosin strip molecules are activated and they twist around. When they twist around, they expose the active site of the actin elements. Here, this picture I have added that the troponin has three molecules. One is the troponin T, troponin C, and troponin I. One has affinity for the G-actin, the other has affinity for tropomyosin, and this has for tropomyosin, and this portion has affinity for the calcium. So before contraction began, the head of phosphorus is mined with ATP. When this is the resting condition, the head is inactive and it has less energy. That has only 45% of energy, and it is on it is on 45 degrees when there is no ATP attached. When ATP is attached, this ATP is actually cleaved by ATPase to ADP and phosphate ion. Here it is cleaved to ATP and phosphate head, and it gains energy and it comes to the 90 degrees. Still, this area is the active site of the actin molecules, or G-actin, are still covered because calcium is not still attached to the calcium receptor or troponin C. Causes the head to extend, as I told you that when there is ATPase cleaves ATP to ADP, so it extends the head to 90 degrees. When calcium ion combines with the troponin C, the troponin complex undergo a conformational change. This uncovers the active site of actin. Now, as I told you that when here the calcium is attached to its side, it's called a twisting of the troponin, and it absorbs the active site of the F-actin molecule. Already the head has gained energy by addition of ATP. This for the active side of the actin, thus allowing these to attract the myosin cross bridges head and cause contraction of the contraction to proceed. In this head attached with these active side, contraction occur. Here you can see that the bond between the head and the active side cause a conformational change in the head, promoting the head to tilt towards the arm of the cross bridge. This head, when attached, it's held to the arm of the cross bridge, and it is due to the attachment of calcium to the active side, receptor side, and it uncovered the active side of the actin. So this provides the power stroke for pulling the actin filament. When this actin here is, it is when it attached, then it bends towards its arm, and due to this bending, it pulls the actin molecule and cause contraction of the filaments. Once the head of the cross bridge filled, this allows release of ADP and phosphate ion attached to the head, because previously this head was having energy in the form of ADP and phosphate, and when it pulled the muscle fiber, the energy is lost, and then it is bent to the 45 degree, and this, when the energy is lost, this allows this action of the head causes release of its energy. The energy is spent, actually. It is spent, and the energy is released from the head. At this site of release of the ADP, a new molecule of ATP binds. This binding of new ATP causes detachment of the head from the actin. When the head bends and loses its energy, then ATP comes and attaches to this head, and then when it gains energy, it extends to the 90 degree, and it is released from the active side of the actin molecule. After the head is detached from the actin, the new ATP is cleaved to begin the next cycle, leading to any power stroke. When the ATP, when added to the head, it causes detachment from the active side of the actin, and then again ATP is cleaved the ATP into ADP and phosphate, and again this head is ready for the next stroke. So this phenomena, the gaining of energy by the head, attachment to the head, contraction of the muscle, then releasing the head from the active side of actin, and gaining ATP, cleavage of ATP into ADP and phosphate, and reattachment and contraction of the fiber is called walk along theory of contraction. Here you can see carefully, just give attention to this picture. Here you have the head of myosin, the arm of myosin, this is the hinge portion. This pyramid type structure is ATP. And this is tropomyosin strip, which called actually the active site when the muscle is in resting position. It's called the active site. When calcium is attached to the calcium or troponin C portion of the troponin, it causes twisting of the tropomyosin and unfold the active side of the actin molecule, and the head attached it. First the ATP attached, it is clave, phosphate and ADP, and then it attached and pull the muscle and cause contraction, and in this way we have a walk along theory. This is called walk along theory of contraction. So you can see this in this animation that the head is gaining ATP, it is converted into ADP and phosphate. The calcium is attached to its active site. It twists. This attachment causes a twist around the tropomyosin and unfold the active site on the actin filament. Actin filament, the head attached to it, pull it, give a stroke to the muscle fiber and cause contraction of the muscle and lose its energy, and when ATP is added, it is detached from that active site and come to a 90-degree and then ready for the next action. So this was here you can see that this is the walk along theory of contraction. Here when stimulus all these activities, so there is repeated attachment and detachment of the head and cause contraction of the muscle. So thank you. I hope you may have learned something from this lecture. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for upcoming notification. Thank you once again. See you in the next lecture.